This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by the good folks over at Extractioneering Oregon, who just secured a legal cannabis processing license in Oregon and who are looking to raise capital to bring their company to the next level. Swing over to extractioneering.com to learn more about the company and email info@extractioneering.com to find out how you can get involved. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Thursday, May 30th, 2019, and you're tuned in to episode 732 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. We start this fine Thursday off with some great news out of Illinois, where yesterday state senators voted 38-17 in favor of a comprehensive bill legalizing adult use marijuana. The bill, if passed, would make Illinois the first state to legalize adult use with a sales program via the legislative process. Vermont, of course, legalized everything but the sale of adult use last year via legislation, stopping short of allowing for a commercial sales program. Illinois' plan, besides allowing for dispensary sales to happen, also includes social justice provisions, automatically expunging low-level possession charges, while setting up a process for people with more serious charges to petition the courts to have them expunged. It does not legalize home grow for adult use consumers, but it does remove criminal charges from growing a small number of plants at home. So as long as you keep it under 5 plants, the maximum punishment is a $200 fine. Probably won't have too many police forces busting down doors for $200 fines. There are just 2 days left in the legislative session, and the bill now heads over to the House for quick consideration there. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is a big backer of this legislation, so we just need to watch how things happen today and tomorrow in the House. Yesterday, Colorado Governor Jared Polis signed into law 3 marijuana-related bills that will legalize home delivery, allow for out-of-state investors in cannabis businesses, and for the opening of marijuana testing rooms similar to those found in beer breweries. Under the legislation signed yesterday, Colorado medical shops will be able to start delivering to patient customers in January, with adult use shops following a year later. The bill concerning out-of-state investors strips the current limit on public companies from holding ownership in legal marijuana businesses. And lastly, the bill allowing for tasting rooms will give licensed cannabis shops the ability to sell marijuana to customers for on-use site. This marks the first statewide legalization of public consumption. Today's final top story is a decision by Google to ban marijuana delivery apps from their Google Play Store. A quick bit of disclosure on this one, as our sponsor Ease is a California-based delivery company and was impacted by Google's decision announced yesterday. Affected companies have been told they have 30 days to move out any kind of shopping capabilities attached to their apps, so the companies could still maintain their apps. They just have to route customers to their website to perform any kind of financial transactions. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Extractioneering Oregon, which just landed a legal cannabis processing license in Oregon, and that is raising capital to grow and expand. Extractioneering is led by my friend Dr. Dan Hayden, a PhD biochemist, extraction nerd science guy who I've known for more than 20 years now, so I get to call him a nerd science guy. With years of experience in traditional lab work in the field of biochemistry, Dan brings a hard science focus to his work that results in beautiful, consistent product at Extractioneering Oregon. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help Extractioneering Oregon in their campaign to raise capital and to seize their opportunity, then fire off an email to info@extractioneering.com. And of course, you can open up extractioneering.com to learn more about the company and to see photos and videos of their product. That's extractioneering.com, which is spelled like engineering, but with the word extraction. All right, time for the blitz. Earlier this week, Arizona lawmakers passed a bill mandating that medical marijuana be tested for contamination. Currently, Arizona law does not require medical cannabis to be tested, though many Arizona companies and dispensaries do test their product anyways. If signed into law, SB 1494 would go into effect on June 1st of next year. California-based multi-state operator MedMen just released its latest Q3 fiscal results, which show revenues of $36.6 million on top of a net loss of $63.1 million, down 3% from the company's Q2 net loss. MedMen CEO Adam Bierman and President Andrew Maudlin cut their industry-leading salaries to $50,000 per year. Bierman had been pulling down $1.5 million in cash as part of his salary package, which I guess is a little harder to sell in the face of a $63.1 million quarterly loss. Marijuana Business Daily has more on this one. Republican state lawmakers in Iowa will not be calling a special session to overturn the veto of Republican Governor Kim Reynolds of a bill expanding the state's medical marijuana program. Reynolds vetoed the measure, which passed out of the state House on a vote of 96-3 and the state Senate by a vote of 40-7 earlier this week. Unlicensed marijuana dispensaries in Los Angeles are reportedly continuing to operate even in the face of the city turning off their water and power supplies. Los Angeles is taking a non-criminalized approach to cracking down on unlicensed shops as it works to roll out a licensed and legal system and is having trouble shutting down illicit dispensaries. The city has turned off the electrical services to around 90 businesses in the last 2 months, but LAPD officials say many of those shops either just move to another location or plug into generators. The Canadian government has earmarked just under $25 million Canadian to fund 26 research projects looking into various aspects of marijuana use, as well as some public education campaigns. Many of the research projects are studying things like how cannabis affects migraines, anxiety, and pain. Dr. Emily Erlenbaugh has an interesting story up looking at a 2018 study that found that in states with legal medical marijuana, the number of workplace-related deaths fell 34%, which is pretty remarkable. It's thought that with legal medical marijuana comes lower usage rates for alcohol and pharmaceutical drugs, which means less people are showing up to work in dangerously impaired conditions. Not exactly timely, but a good story to have a good handle on for sure. And finally for today, we wrap up in Florida, where the state's director of cannabis, Holly Bell, met with industry stakeholders in the state capital of Tallahassee to update them on how things were going for the rollout of legal industrial hemp cultivation. Ms. Bell said that if all goes according to plan, Florida lawmakers could get the green light to start growing by the end of this year, with the first hemp harvests to come next year. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at MJ Today Daily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Extractioneering Oregon, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Jay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in, starting your day with Marijuana Today. Today.
One take, Shay. One take.